Hi everyone, we're going to do a tour of the van, the bus, the camper, the RV, whatever you want to call it. And here it is, 1988 Mazda T3500 Deluxe. You've got to remember the Deluxe. Without the Deluxe you don't get power steering. This one's got power steering, thank God. The old girl's not in bad nick. You know, it's not full of rust or anything. It's got a bit of rust here and there, but not a great deal. I said before, these spotlights, the HID, they can be seen for approximately 3 kilometres. They're effective at 2 kilometres, so they can blind somebody at 2,000 metres. The headlights are just normal seal beams, which are absolutely hopeless. But you get out in the open road and hit those spotlights, you certainly see where you're going. It's a Mazda. Actually comes from India, Pakistan, I believe they were built. And if this is what Pakistan presents, I think they make a fine motor car. This thing's got 173,000 kilometres, or 74 now, which is probably around about a bit over 100,000 miles she's got on it. It's a 4-cylinder Cummins diesel. It's actually the 5.9 litre 6-cylinder Cummins with 2 pistons being cut off. Runs like a charm. It'll cruise on 100, which is 62 miles an hour, without a problem, without an issue. The only issue it has is if you've got a strong crosswind. As you can see how high it is, it becomes a problem now. This one's had an 8-inch lift, so the body's been lifted up off the shaft, or the suspension of the body's been lifted 8 inches. You can see the wheel clearance that I've got. It's a 6-legger, in other words, it's got 6 wheels. There's 2 on the back, or 4 on the back, 2 on the front, which when it comes tyre time works out quite expensive. We have a very small solar panel, which just dribbles into our start battery in the afternoon, so we haven't got solar on top. We've got to get around to that yet, but that's something that will come in the future. Okay, as I said, it's a dual wheel, and I mentioned it's a 4-cylinder diesel engine. The back's got a basement or a trunk or a boot, which is very small. As you can see, the generator now, we don't access it from there, but there that is, and we don't really put anything in there because it's just too small. By the time the bed legs come down and everything, it's just too small. So that's my proper license plate, and the old school is just a novelty plate. People say, "Don't show your number plate." I don't care. They mess with the van and they'll suffer the consequences. As you can see the back window, we've got a couple of big names on there. Camper Van Kevin, who I've watched for years. And the Matic Fanatic, who was actually the first RV that I saw over there in the States. And we've also got Kevin's latest one, the Wolfpack. I follow Kevin because he's got an Australian on board, his little dog Tuck Tuck. Tuck Tuck the Terrible. He's actually an Australian Silkie, or an Australian Terrier. So he's a good little dog. I like the Wolfpack, they're good. Kevin's pretty cool too. A lot of people rubbish him, but they're entitled to their business. Service station Ampol. Ampol's an old petrol station or oil company, gas stations that used to be here in Australia. Fully Australian owned, Australian Motor Petroleum Oil Limited, and was taken over by Caltex, who promised that they wouldn't do away with them. I worked for Ampol for a lot of years, and as soon as Caltex took them over, they closed them down. Very nice. We fitted the basket on the back here, the big old girl. As you can see, they're meant to take a proper receiver, but I don't have a proper receiver, so I just drilled through the whole lot and bolted it into the tongue under the back there with big bolts, so it's not going to go anywhere. It's very solid. What else? Oh, there's our television antenna up there. Now my son's taller than me, they put it up so I can't reach to extend it. So for me to extend it, I've got to get a milk crate or something, stand that to extend it. And then that top part there will swing around electrically. It's got a thing inside you push and it rotates it to get the signals. Works alright. I mean, we're quite a fair way away from there. Okay, let's see how the Now you got to remember this is 31-year-old. This van. This build inside is a Dove build, which is a company that does builds over here in Australia, and it's now 4 years old. So you remember the building. This is actually 4 years old. Okay, I'll send Debbie in with the camera. Once again, stickers on the doors here, and the drawers were supplied by the Artful Dodger, Kevin, and he reckons that I'm a grumpy old git, so I don't know if Kevin's actually selling those stickers, but he was kind enough to send us a set. I'm very, very appreciative, and the old school one there with the school kid, I love that. That was a good one. Alright, we've got storage above Debbie's head there. As you can see, we've got our Jackson Hole, Wyoming plate. I'm a very, very big fan of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, because I watch their live stream, and I do like it. When we bought that one, they sent us one from Idaho as well, the Flying A service. It was gas stations, I would presume. #1 in Idaho, so very, very nice of them. The driving position in the front, as you can see, we've got fans up the top there, the shelf at the top there that the fans are put to, we put that in ourselves. Someone said, do I have CBs? Yes. Debbie will point out the CB, which ones are which. Now I did tell you all that I had a UHF CB radio, which is that one. A VHF for the Fireys, which is that one. And then last but not least, we have that one there, which is for water rescue. So I cover water rescue, fire department, CB, and that's it. We can't get police over here anymore because they've gone to digital encrypted radios. The sneaky foreign devils. So, that was it. We don't have air conditioning in the front of this. We have got air conditioning above in the roof. It's a great big breeze there, isn't it? No, carrier. Carrier, whatever you want to call it. And that works very, very well. Behind Debbie here is the 2-hub cooker in there. Right. And underneath here, of course, is all storage. You know, that's...
Don't need to open
yeah, don't need to open them. They're just normal storage
just
like you get on everybody else. And
crap.
a little box that I locked up for Debbie and bolted it to here, because the fact was that all these, you put them in here and you've got to pull them out and rock around, and if they're all there, they're not going to go anywhere. They're stable, they don't go anywhere, and they're straight there. So the fact is, once you pull up and everything, it's all there for it. And that little bit of space there we didn't use anyway. Still got a mile of room here to work on. Heaps and heaps of room to bench space when you're cooking. We've got our sink with what we call the poverty pack pump, which takes 9 hours to pump it up. I've got to put the electric on there, and that works well. We've got our little rubbish bin here for the tea bags and whatever else comes along. Towel rack, which is now empty. All our SCS paraphernalia's up here when we were members. That's that. We've got the microwave here. That's our microwave. My SCS hat. My old Ampole hat. What else have I got in the way? My Caterpillar hat. That's a Holden. That's like our Australian Chevrolet. That was their emblem there. Hat. I sort of go and run around and collect hats a little bit. This is when, these weren't, we were never involved with them, but we picked up these shirts. And that's when we used to have what they call the Forest Rally over here, and all the big names of the rally drivers used to come over. There became a bit of a bum fight between Victoria and Western Australia who would get it. And Victoria had a little bit more pull than I, the brown noses, and we wound up losing the rally altogether. They pulled out of Australia, they didn't want to go to Victoria. They loved it here, so in the end it all got ruined and we lost it. Anyway, that's our wardrobe. You know, it's got a hanging, it's got drawer type space. Then we come to, I'll get out of the way. Up the back is the bed, which we're just waiting on the new mattress for. That little fella you see in the corner there is because I'm a West Coast Eagles supporter in the football over here, the AFL. Last year's premiers, I might add. Not doing too well this year so far, but it's early days. We've only just started our season again. And that's it. Above the bed, if Debbie goes in, we've got the condition for our batteries, our amp meter for our batteries. I run two batteries and each runs its own gauge. It's a twin gauge, and that's what both batteries are sitting on at the moment. So got a fan up the back there, got the air conditioner up here. We've got overhead lights, TV, which is there, and that flips out. So you lay on the bed, you can lay back and watch telly, and it's a built-in DVD as well in that. I don't know why it's there, but that's our little toilet.
Because everything's taken under the little bench.
Oh, yeah, so there you go. That's only to do wee-wees, we don't do the other in that. If we need to do that and we're out, we'll go to a public toilet. I do not allow any number twosies in there. I think they're disgusting. Our fridge is Engel.
Yeah, Engel.
An Engel. And as you can see, or I don't know if you can pop that over? Absolutely miles and miles of room in it, including a plate. I don't even know why that's there.
I don't know.
Right. So, she's pretty self-sufficient. We've got the generator on the back, as you saw. I don't have any solar panels at the moment, so if we do pull over, we're reliant completely on the generator. The van itself can run a day and overnight on the batteries without a problem. You know, but I like to watch telly all night. If the telly's on, I'll leave it on. It gives you a bit of light. So we normally run the generator. It runs exactly where it is. It sends a little bit of vibration through, but because the chassis, this body's put onto big rubber washers and sits on the chassis, you don't get too much vibration through here, and the noise is very quiet. We've slept in it a few times, or sat in and watched telly and everything a few times, and it's not even been a worry. So that's a camper van. It's now classed as a vintage vehicle, big old girl. When you think about it and you have a look around, I probably run one of the oldest RVs or camper vans around, on probably just about on YouTube. I know there's a few schoolies in America, but they're around the 90s to the 2000s, but this one's an 88, so I probably run one of the oldest. It's not automatic, it's a 10-speed manual, it's got 10 gears. You get out on the open road, sit on 62 mile an hour or so, and you'll pull near on 30 mile per gallon in 10th gear. It's just right down low on the revs. It's probably around between 12 and 1500 RPM, so in 10th gear. So it's economical. It's a 4-cylinder. I use it all leave me standing, but my opinion is when you go away on holidays, you don't want to blow the pedals off the flowers. You want to pull up and smell them. So the 60 mile an hour in my books is fast enough for anything this weight and size. She weighs near on 5 tonne with all loaded up in our water tanks. You know, we run 300 litres of water, 150 per side. We'll run almost 100 litres of diesel, which is on the driver's side. So all in all, she's a pretty good old girl, and we love her. I mean, we didn't pay a great deal for it. Well, we probably did. I think we paid about $14,600 for it back then, but the build then was only 1 year old when I bought it. I've had it 3 years. And she's never really given any problems. I think I put tyres on it once. We've done a service on it twice because it doesn't do big kilometres. And that's it. But this is my daily driver. I don't own another car. This is my only car. It's a camper, which I'm quite happy with. You know, I can go 6 weeks without having to fuel up around here, which is pretty good, I reckon. So that's it. That's the big old girl. So I hope you all enjoyed that. We do run LPG or propane on the stove, and that's all we do run. I'm eventually going to put a bathroom in where that front seat is there. We're going to knock that seat out and put a bathroom in. I think if we need to sit down, we can sit on the bed. We don't need to have couches and fancy stuff. I mean, we've got probably around about 15.5 to 16 foot by about 7 foot or 6'6" across living space. So It's not as though we've got a great deal of space. We are looking at a 40-footer. It's an old one of our buses. It used to be a bus on the roads here in Perth. But it's sort of a thing where the hell do we go to park it? So we're thinking about it. I might do it and sell it. I might do it and we'll just use it if we go away and go from there. But I won't sell the big old girl because I love it. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I hope this wasn't too long and boring. I hope you saw what you wanted to see with the big old girl. And as I say, she's probably one of the oldest ones around that you see, but she's an oldie but a goodie. We love her. All right. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.